Good morning. I hope you're having a great morning. Already been in prayer, having to ride a lot today to get to our spot. So we've been in the side by side praying, and we came to the city of Columbus, and we got to pray with a pastor here, and got to see some things here, and found Pancho Villa State Park, which is the in the past was the camp called Camp Furlong, where General Pershing mounted an offensive against Pancho Villa. What happened was in Mexico, the leaders of Mexico were brutal to the people. So Woodrow Wilson was against them and supported somebody else to rise up against him. Well, that guy rose up, and he turned out to be another two-bit dictator, and he was in power. And then Pancho Villa rose up as who was a peasant from the peasant world and gathered all the peasants, the poorer people, what they would call now, but that's what they called it, a peasant uprising back then, and started fighting back. And eventually took down that guy, but he retired from politics because there was so much strife and division, and they assassinated him in 1923. But the reason his name is here in Columbus, which blows my mind, that they would name this park after him, a state park, because he came to Columbus, killed 19 people, and burned the town to the ground because he was mad at the Americans for supporting somebody else. And so General Pershing came here with American troops, overwhelming troops, and artillery pieces. There's some 1905, 1913 artillery pieces in an old, look like tank or machine gun thing here. It's a pretty cool museum here. But man, to name this park in this community after someone who burned it down and killed its citizens, I think is shameless. Golly, surely there's somebody here that took a stand or rebuilt the community that you could name this after. But General Pershing ran him off, never caught him, had different bloody skirmishes with him, but he never came back to America again because of that. But guys, we're standing here at the park, and they could have called it Pershing Park. They could have called it, again, there's so many Hispanic residents here, it's almost all Hispanic, that they could have called it after somebody who rebuilt the town or someone who fought back or something like that, other than a person who burned it down and killed 19 of its citizens. Guys, this is the kind of stuff we have to stop doing in New Mexico. You want to honor somebody Hispanic, then honor somebody who did something, who, like I said, rebuilt the town or, built it back up, or some great teacher that dedicated their life out here in Columbus, this small little town, that, or principal, or somebody, some older couple that has prayed and sown and lived here for generations that love this community. But it is what it is now. But we're standing in front of the marker for it, and I want to share this with you. I talked about God loving you and you focusing on that. A lot of times we focus on us loving Him, and really we can't even understand our love for Him until we first understand His love for us. And David wrote in Psalms 139, "O Lord, you have examined my heart. You know everything about me. You know when I sit down or stand up. You know my thoughts, even when I'm far away. You see me when I travel and when I rest at home. You know everything I do. You know what I am going to say, even before I say it, Lord. You go before me and follow me. You place your hand of blessing on my head. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too great for me to understand. I can never escape from your spirit. I can never get away from your presence." And then he goes on to talk about going to heaven or going to the place of the dead, hell. And he still couldn't escape his presence. That darkness can't escape his presence because where he is light, and he sees through it all. And he says, I can't even comprehend this. It's so wonderful to me. What he's talking about is that the God of the universe pays attention to every detail of our life. He says later, he says, he waits for me to wake up. I mean, how much love do you have for somebody to know all of this about them, to know everything, and wait for them to wake up just to spend time with them, guys? That's how much our God loves us. And I want you to see that today, man. He waits for you to wake up. He knows everything. He knew you in the womb. He knew who you were going to be. It goes on to say in 139, who you were going to be before you became it. That's how much God loves you. Unfortunately, we deal with people in a fallen world, and that's why stuff happens to us. But man, when you're grown up and you grow up, or you're a teenager and you understand these things, even a young kid can understand this, and you really start to comprehend how much God loves you, it will change your faith level. It's changing mine walking out here. For the people in my family and the people in our state, my church family, it's changing my perspective. He loves us so much, it's almost too wonderful to comprehend how much God loves you and me. So I want you to carry that with you today as you pray, knowing that God loves us this much. Read Psalms 139 and just meditate today and thank Him for how much He loves you, how much favor He wants to show you, how He wants to heal you, provide for you, help you. And so I'm going to leave you with that today. We're about to go walking, and like I said, we've been having to ride because of logistics, but man, it's already been a good day. It's already been a good day. Let's even make this evening even better. I love you. Keep praying. Keep praying and sharing somebodypray.com with everybody you know. Let's get everybody praying, because I'm hearing that it's working. I'm hearing that miracles are starting to happen. So God bless you. Have an awesome day.